And good evening, everybody, and welcome in to another Football Friday night here on DSPNSports.com. We're live from the Ed DePore Sports Complex, and we've got a good crosstown rivalry game for you tonight. Out of 4A, it'll be the Howard Huskies taking on the Westside Seminoles at the home turf here at Ed DePore Stadium. It's going to be a great game. This was a really, really good game last year when we had this game. Both of these teams come into tonight's game with a 2-1 record. Howard started the year rather. They went to Jones County in their opener, which they lost to 5A powerhouse Jones County, who's absolutely rolling this year, 34-10. They followed it up by a good showing over at George S. Johnson Stadium by beating FPD by a score of 42-21. And then last week, as you saw right here on the network, they beat the Central Chargers 54-19. The Westside Seminoles on the other side, they have beaten Southwest in the Macon Touchdown Club Middle Georgia Kickoff Classic that we had right here on DSBN for 34-16. They followed it up with a hard-fought loss to Harris County at home 2 Thursday nights ago, and then last week they rolled over Perry 33-13. We wanted to let you know that we're going to take a minute here and break, and we're going to talk to here Marco Quinn from DSBN Sports, as he had an opportunity to sit down earlier today and talk to Coach Shedrick Resper of the Westside Seminoles. Take it away, Mark.
I'm here with Coach Spoon with the Westside Seminoles. Coach, you have a game coming up tomorrow night with the Howard Huskies. I just want to ask you a few questions today. And first off, we talked about your team a few times in the coming weeks leading up to the season, and you seemed really optimistic about this group of guys. What invokes confidence in this group, and what has you feeling really positive about this team versus the past few years?
We're excited about this team because of the leadership. They're following suit from last year's team. We had a lot of leaders that were seniors last year, including my son, Scooter Risper, Landon Emery, and a host of other kids, Nate Brookins. So they've kind of replaced those guys and taken on those roles, and it helps too that they're highly recruited. So now they have a lot of pressure on them to be leaders. So really they don't have a choice but to be a leader.
And like you said, Coach Spoon, you have a lot of prospects on this team, several guys who could potentially play D1 at the next level. What does that do to the dynamic of your team? How does that play a part in this season, coaching guys that have a good chance, several guys that have a good chance of playing at the next level?
Well, it affects the dynamics of the team where the expectations are even higher. They know that they're Division I prospects, so at the end of the day, they have to play like Division I players. So it's a little pressure on them, a little pressure on me having 4 Division I guys on the team. But at the same time, you know, they've got to play and I've got to coach. So they know it. They're not at those colleges yet. So they have to perform because they haven't signed on the dotted line. So they still have to prove themselves.
Let's talk about your senior quarterback, Victor Dixon. He's grown a lot in these past few years. And I talked to you a season ago, and you said that he was getting there. You liked what you saw from him, but he was progressing. What has his progression the last few years, what does that mean for your team now, and what have you seen as far as the growth of your quarterback?
First of all, he's a great kid. He's very coachable, and now the game has slowed down for him. He's not trying to force throws that are not there. He's checking down to other reads. We're running some RPO stuff now. He's running the ball more. He's getting more comfortable in the pocket. If he doesn't feel like he should throw the ball on his first and second read, he has no problem of tucking it and running. And that has added a whole new dimension to his game, which helps him out a lot.
Well, again, tomorrow you play Howard. A couple of schools in the county, Howard and Southwest, they've upped their game the last few years, provided you guys with a little bit more of a competitive look when you play them. Let's just talk about that. What does that mean for you to, when you have these teams who in the past weren't very competitive against you guys, but now, do bring a new level of competition? What does that mean for you and really for Bibb County football? Just your thoughts on that.
Really, it's a compliment to our football program.
Mm-hmm.
When everybody in Macon gets up to play us like it's the Super Bowl, that's a compliment to us. And that makes us have to raise our standard even higher, our performance, because these teams, they're really good football teams here in Macon now, and they play hard, and against us they play harder. So it's good, clean rivalry. Us, Southwest, Howard, it's good, clean, hard-fought football game. Central's in the mix, with playing us, and they have great athletes, great coaches. I just think, as a whole, Bibb County, the playing field is pretty much even now. Everybody has good coaching, good players. Everybody has athletes. So I think that has, the standard of football in Bibb County has grown so much, and I'm tickled to death that, we're no longer talked about as, the stepping stone of football. They've upped their games.
Tell him to get. And welcome back here on the network as we await the opening kickoff here. We're waiting for the captains to come out on the field for the coin toss. I want to thank Mark O'Quinn of DSBN Sports for getting that interview with Coach Spoons at the high school earlier today. He talked a lot about his quarterback, Victor Dixon Jr. He's already had a great year. He's 29 of 53, Victor Dixon is 53 of 83 for 785 yards, 1 interception, 8 touchdowns. He's also added 30 rushes with 88 yards and 4 touchdowns. Of course, his receivers, Kwame Atkins, he's got 13 catches for 126. Jalen Hollywood Canada, he's got 6 for 95. Van Sean Jackson in the backfield, 43 rushes for 206 yards. He's averaging 4.8 yards per carry and 2 touchdowns. And, of course, the big wideout, number 10, Jalen Barton, 22 receptions, 442 yards and 6 touchdowns, already a 20.1 yard average per catch. Well, we had a chance to hear from Coach Spoons, and now Mark also had a chance earlier today to sit down with Paul Carroll, the head man of the Howard Huskies. Take it away, Mark, and let's hear from Coach Howard.
I'm here with head coach of the Howard Huskies, Paul Carroll. Coach, you have a game tonight against Westside. You came out victorious last year. That was Howard's first win against the Westside Seminoles. Just talk about what that win did for your program last year and how that helps you coming into tonight.
Yeah, I tell you, the biggest thing is it makes it a rivalry game now. They're not too far away from us. I know our kids know their kids. They played rec ball together with one another. Last year was the first time in school history that Howard has ever beat Westside. One thing I know about this year is the fact that we're not going to sneak up on them. That's when you get a rivalry game, when you got one team that beats another team, the other team beats the other team. It's not one of those ones where, Howard was 0-10 against them at one time. Well, now we're 1-10, so
right.
It's going to be a great atmosphere. We're going to be excited about tonight, and looking forward to a big crowd, and looking forward to getting a W.
Well, you graduated good bit of seniors.
We did.
Last year. I know I talked to you about that a few weeks ago, and you said that was definitely something y'all were dealing with. But you do have some returning starters at tailback. Jeremiah Kelly. You have Tavarsier coming back, or that's here. What does that mean to have players like that, offensive playmakers, back on your team? Like, what does that do for you guys?
There's an old saying: is players make plays, plays don't make players. And we've got 2 good running backs, and I tell you, they're really solid. Number 6, Jeremiah Kelly. In this offseason, he's just done a phenomenal job in the weight room and getting ready for this year. Javarse Meadows, number 27, he's done the same thing. They live and breathe in the weight room, and that's one of the big things for them, because they've got to tote the rock for us, and we've got to get the ball in their hands to make plays, and we're going to try to make sure they get it, both of them, 20 times a game, and so they make sure they get in the weight room so they're physical enough to be able to do that. We also have a young quarterback that's actually progressing each week, Jalen Clark. He's now becoming one of those dual threat type guys. I think he threw for 160 yards against FPD, and he ran for over 100 yards. So that's a big plus for us. And offensive line, you can't forget about those guys. We got a senior that's back this year, James Bryant, and he's one of our guards, and he played a lot of football for us last year. Carlos Murphy also is an offensive tackle. He's a junior. He played a lot of football for us last year. And those guys are just doing a real good job of giving those backs just a crease. If you give those backs a crease, they can make something happen.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, the defensive side of the ball, let's talk about that side of things. Westside, they have Victor Dixon, the senior quarterback, the Jalen's at wideout, who are, getting looked at, good size receivers, deep in that position, a lot of downfield threats. How are you guys going to approach containing that going up against Westside's offense tonight?
Well, kind of going into this year as far as defensively, I'll say this, we returned 3 starters. And we lost a lot of linebackers, lost a couple of defensive linemen, lost a secondary guy. I told our guys at the beginning of the year, the biggest thing that we've got to do on defense is play hard. If we don't play hard, people are going to score a lot of points on us. And, I think when we come out against Tatnall the very first game, I didn't feel like we really played real hard. And that's something that we're really emphasizing on, swarming the football, making sure they get to the football. In the last 2 games, these guys have been really flying around and understanding what's going on. We've got a big challenge ahead of us. They basically got some guys that can make plays in the open field. The quarterback throws the football better than anybody really seen in a long time, as far as on some of the deep outs and the deep balls, and he makes good decisions with the ball. The receivers are if we had probably 12 guys in a little bitty circle, and we tried to tackle number 10, I think those 12 guys couldn't tackle him. And tonight we're going to have to try to do that on a field that's 53 1/3 yards. So huge challenge for us. We've got to make sure that we do what we've been coached to do. We don't give up the big plays and keep them in front. Make them play another down. And we've been preaching all week to our kids is you got to finish. You got to play a full quarters. And we've got to get pressure on the quarterback. If we can't get pressure on the quarterback, then it's going to be a long night for us.
Well, Coach Carroll, thank you so much for your time. We're looking forward to the matchup tonight. It's going to be great for the city of Macon. Like we talked about earlier, a lot of schools going to come up around here. You guys in Westside really being the premier teams, and we cannot wait for that matchup tonight. So thanks again for your time, and best of luck to you tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
The field. And welcome back to Ed DePore Sports Complex. Russell Dees, glad to have you with us on a football Friday night. It's the Marco's Pizza Game of the Week. Coin toss has been had. Westside has won the toss, so they will receive. Let's quickly run down your starting lineup on offense for the Seminoles as we wait for them to come on the field behind Coach Risberg. At left tackle, they'll go Chad Sanford, number 75. At left guard, number 54, Arrington Doherty. At center, number 71, Nehemiah Walker. At right guard, they'll go Terrell Mitchum. At right tackle, Jaquavius Collier. At wide out, they'll go Jalen Barton, Marquise Thomas, Kwame Atkins, and Kendrick Coach. Your quarterback will be Victor Dixon. At running back, they'll go Van Sean Johnson. For the Howard Huskies, as they start on defense, at left end will go Canoe Blash. Your nose will be Isaiah Barber. They run a 3-5-3 now. Sean Jackson will be the other one. Your Sam linebacker will be Justice White. Mike will be Andrew Garnett. Your Will will be Anthony Johnson. Your strong side dog, they'll go Jordan Gray. Weak side dog will be Tontravius Cecil. Your corner will be Jaquan Jackson. Your free safety, Jason Parham. And your corner, Jalen Willis Jackson. For this Howard football team, they come in Jeremiah Kelly, the quarterback, for the Westside Howard Huskies, Jalen Clark. He's 29 of 53, 334, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. He's rushed it 21 times for 133 times. In the backfield, a two-headed monster as we get ready to kick it away here from Ed DePore. We'll get back to the starters here in a second. As we said, Westside will receive it. to Kendrick Coates will kick it off. No, that's Elizabeth Rodenroth. And on the return, they got a man coming this way, and he may take it back all the way. One man to catch him and pull him down. He finally does along the 12-yard line. And a big return for the Seminoles. That time it was number 9, Jalen Clark. Make that Kwame Atkins was the run back on that. So for the Seminoles, it'll be Victor Dixon, the senior quarterback, as we said. He's already started with a great year this year, 53 of 83, 785 yards, 8 touchdowns through the air, 4 on the ground. Van Sean Johnson will be a single setback. Marquez Thomas will go to the far side. In the slot will be Jalen Barton to that near side. Delay a game against Westside. So Victor Dixon will get his first play, and he'll go first and 15. Ball lines up along the 27. He'll come up to the line and change his play. Van Sean Johnson, and we're going to get a motion penalty, and that's going to go against number 16. And unfortunately, I do not have a number 16 on the roster.
Westside, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first.
Barton will be the slot to that near side. 2 penalties in a row, first down and 20. Taking and leave it to Van Sean Johnson. And Johnson's going to step in, and he's going to get about on the corner, and then one man's going to miss him, and he's going to pick up his 10 yards and penalties plus 1 or 2 and get right back into it. So Victor Dixon Jr. in a shotgun. Single setback will be Johnson. He'll look, and he's going to feed it to the big fullback again. One man's going to miss him, another's going to miss him. He's going to stumble on into the 11-yard line, but we may have a holding play here, and we'll see. And once again, the Seminoles now already with 2 penalties in this ball game. Started this drive on their 27, had a delay a game, a 5-yard, and then a motion penalty. Next play, they got 11 yards on it.
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
So we got a hold, and they're going to throw the flag, let's see, along the 19-yard line. So that's going to push them back to the 29.
After the penalty, it's going to be 2nd down and 18.
Make it 2nd down and 18. Got to get along that 12-yard line to pick up a new set of downs. From a 2nd down, Victor Dixon's going to look, going to throw out in the flat, and he's got a man wide open along the 25-yard line. He'll sneak inside the 20, maybe along the 19. We'll see where he worked out, and they're going to mark him at the 22. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down, and it's going to be a full 10 yards to go from there for the Seminoles. Opening possession, 11:05 to go here in the first period of play. We are live from the Ed DePore Sports Complex in Macon, Georgia, and it's a beautiful sight to see. This is our 2nd game over here this year, and is a beautiful renovation that's been done by Bibb County on this stadium. So Victor Dixon this time will stay in that shotgun. Johnson, he'll go hard count, trying to draw the Huskies offside. Going to leave it with Johnson. Johnson's got room to run. Get inside the 15, roll inside to about the 13-yard line, and he's going to be a yard short, and that's going to bring up a 4th down play.
Timeout. Westside. That's the first.
Westside will take a timeout. We'll take one with them. 10:40 to go, 4th down and a yard when we come back. You're listening to the DSBN Sports Broadcasting GHSA Football Game of the Week. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back on a 4th down and 1 play to call. Come 10:40 to go in the quarter. Van Chon Johnson will be the lone setback. Going to take in a late pitch to Johnson, and he's going to get up in it. And let's see, we're going to get another holding call. And I believe it was number 18 in there, or make that 19. And that was one of your captains here tonight, DeMonte Trotman. The captains for Howard tonight are number 5, Jordan Gray, DeMonte Trotman, number 19, number 24, Josh Howell, and number 80, Keelan Dawson. For the Seminoles, the captains tonight were Jalen Canaday, Victor Dixon Jr., Jalen Parker, and Jalen Barden. And on a 4th down play, they're going to decline the penalty, and the Howard Huskies are going to take over on downs.
First down, Howard.
So let's go with the Huskies across the front. They'll start with senior number 60, Chris Andrews. At left tackle, at left guard will be James Bryan. At center will be Javon Harris. Auden Murray will be your right guard. Your right tackle will be Jawan Henry. Your tight end will be Wynn Davidson. Jalen Clark will be your quarterback. Your wings will go Javarzier Meadows and Jeremiah Kelly. Your fullback will be Gerard Patello. This time they'll go trips out. Take and going to leave it inside, and here comes Jeremiah Kelly from the 12-yard line, 13-yard line. He'll get up to about the 15, and he's hit by number 52 for the Seminoles, and that's Jadarius Mann, the senior defensive lineman. So Jeremiah Kelly. Now, Paul Carroll likes to call this a wing tee, and it's not a true wing tee. He will split it and do a hybrid with it. This time he'll flip Wynn Davidson to the tight end of this near side. They'll go trips to the left. Jeremiah Kelly will be the lone setback. 2 to that far side. Now they'll move Wynn Davidson from right to left. Taking it on a hard cat, give it to Jeremiah Kelly. He tries to get on the corner. One man's going to be there to meet him, and it's going to spin down, and that's Jalen Burnett, number 21, the outside linebacker, senior in there on the tackle. Going to bring it up to the 21. Got to get to that 23, probably a little bit like the 23 and a half to pick up a new set of downs. Javarzier Meadows will be wide out all over that side. In the slot will be Randon Mason. Durant and Wilder will be the inside receiver on a 3rd down and 2. Play clock down to 6. They're going to have to hurry. Jeremiah Kelly behind Clark. Gets it off in time. Go to Kelly. Steps in. Has he got a first down? He does. He's going to put the ball on the ground, but they're going to say he is down. And they're going to give him the first down along the 25. Clearly it bounced after he hit the ground. And that is enough for a first down as the Huskies defense turned away the Seminoles deep in their own territory after the opening kickoff. Duran Wilder will come wide to this side. Javarzier Meadows to the other side. The slot over there will be Randall Mason. So Paul Carroll talked about that he wanted to throw the football a little more as the season progresses, and I think that's a good thing because we know they can flat run it. Clark going to roll. Firing the flat, and he had a man wide open, and he just dropped it. And that was Randall Mason right along the 32-yard line when it popped out of his hand. Good play design, just got to hang on to it. 8:19-minute mark of the first period of play. This time they'll bring Duran Wilder to this near side. They'll go back to more of a true wing. They'll bring Portillo in this time at full. Meadows will be the wing on this side, and they'll leave it with the Big 10-0. They'll go to Jeremiah Kelly, second man through. 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. He is gone. He is gone. He is gone. 75 yards for Jeremiah Kelly. And the Huskies are on the board. So Jeremiah Kelly ran off the wing trap, got to the second level off the left to right tackle, and when he did, he showed his speed. Elizabeth Rodenroth in to attempt the extra point. She is perfect on the year. High snap, kick is up, kick is good. Timeout on the field. Huskies lead it 7-0. You're listening to the Marco's Pizza Gridiron Game of the Week on DSPN Sports. We'll return after this timeout.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from the original Gianmarco recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy Old World pepperoni. That's Italian quality pizza. And it makes the moment primo. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, Primo.
Welcome back to Ed DePore. Russell Deese, glad to have you with us. Want to thank DSPN's Marco Quinn for the pregame interviews that he got us today with Coach Paul Carroll of the Howard Huskies and the Coach Spoons Risper of the Westside Seminoles. Both fine men, and we appreciate all the support they give our network. Elizabeth Rodenroth will kick it off from the 40. Going to do a little pooch kick that's going to come down around the 25, and it's going to be picked up right there by Marquise Thomas. And Marquise Thomas has got one man to beat, and he may get pulled down at the 1 yard line. No, they're going to say he took it all the way. Took it all the way. So we'll check the replay and see how far that was. Looking back at it, and he picked it up along the 26-yard line, a 74-yard touchdown return by Marquise Thomas. Extra point will come from Jalen Miller. Jalen Miller on the hold.
Offside in the neutral zone. Howard, half the distance. Ball be placed at the 1.5.
Well, now let's see what if they will decide to kick it here or not. Diego Pedraza on the extra point, the sophomore, out of the hold of Miller. Snap is a little high, going to get it down, going to get it up. Kick is up, kick is good. Timeout on the field, 7:15 to go in the first. We've got fireworks already from the Ed. You're listening to GHSA High School Football on DSPN. We'll return after this timeout.
How do you say, my attorney met with me personally?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I got the compensation I deserve?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I won my court case?
Thanks, Lester.
谢谢 Lester.
Thanks, Lester. You're a good man.
I am Lester Miller, and I will get you the compensation you deserve.
Thanks, Lester.
He ain't afraid of no one.
And welcome back to Ed DePore. Lightning is struck in the bottle for both of them. A 75-yard touchdown run by Jeremiah Kelly put the Huskies up on top, and then a 75, 76-yard kickoff return by Marquez Thomas. And so Jeremiah Kelly will stand deep, along with Javarzier Meadows and the other up back on this side. We'll get his number for you here in just a second. I believe that's Javion Clark, but we'll check it and see. Pedraza will do the kickoff. Kick it away, and it's going to come up on a one bounce to Meadows. Meadows is going to take it at 30, 35, get across the 38, and maybe into the 39. The other back that time was Anthony Johnson. So Howard will take over on their own 38, make it the 39-yard line. That's where they'll mark it.
Official spotting will be at the 39-yard line.
So first down and 10 for Jalen Clark. Scott Campbell now will come to this inside slot side. Randall Mason. Meadows will go wide. Jeremiah Kelly, the lone setback. They'll bring a blitz. They'll do a middle screen. He got lit up. Got lit up. Number 23, Keyshawn Rivers on the tackle out of his linebacker position. He ran that all the way and is only going to pick up one on the play. Randall Mason will come to this side along with Meadows. Mason will be inside. Split between them will be Scott Campbell. Jeremiah Kelly, the lone setback. Duran Wilder to the other side. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. He's not going to get very far at all, and they're going to spin him down to the ground real hard and real fast. Number 52 in there on the tackle, Jadarius Mann, out of his defensive tackle position. Gain of about one on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. You got to get the ball to the 49 to pick up a new set of downs. 6:08. Javion Clark will check in this time. And he'll move forward a little bit. And it's going to bring up a 4th down play.
During the run, we had a sideline warning on Westside.
Sideline warning against the Seminoles. Not for sure what went on over there with Coach Spoons and his staff. And back deep for Westside is going to go Jalen Barden, as the Huskies will opt to kick it away. Barden will stand along his own 22-yard line and await the kick. Good snap, got good protection. Going to get a high kick. Can he get it to turnover? If he can, it's going to be a good kick. It'll 9-iron on him along the 20, but now get a little bit of a roll, and the Huskies will get it and mark it down along the 12-yard line, and that's where the Westside Seminoles will start the night for their 3rd possession of the game. 1st and 10 with 5:02 to go. We've had 2 big plays. A 75-yard run by Jeremiah Kelly put the Huskies on the board first, and then Marquez Thomas with a 76-yard touchdown run on the ensuing kickoff.
Officials timeout. Water.
Official timeout. 5:02. We'll take it with them. 30-second break on the network. DSPN, Marco's Pizza. Game of the week. We'll be back.
Hello, I'm Joy Johnson at the Cottages on Westland, inviting you to come see our spacious assisted living suites. Each suite has its own kitchenette, private bathroom, separate bedroom, and living space. We provide meals, housekeeping and laundry services, personal care assistance, and a variety of daily activities. Come by and visit us soon. You'll see why our residents feel at home and why families trust their loved ones to us at the Cottages on Westland.
Welcome back to Ed DePore. Russell Dees, glad to have you with us tonight. Don't forget, Monday night, Macon Touchdown Club had a great opening night last Monday night. Mr. College Football was here, Tony Barnhart. This week we've got the assistant head coach of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Football, fellowship, and fun. And for more information, visit MaconTouchdownClub.com. We want to welcome aboard some new sponsors. Of course, Paul Max and Macon's back with us. Kudu Grills, and we are happy to have them with us again. Victor Dixon going to throw it on a little inside slant, and he's got a man, and that's Kwame Atkins on the reception, and that's good enough for 12 yards on the play. Gets the ball out to, well, about the 25. Going to take and lead it inside. They're going to put the ball on the ground, and can the Huskies get on it? I don't know if they did or not. It looks like they got a turnover. Let's check it and see. And the Huskies come up with it. And on the recover for the Huskies was number 15, Anthony Johnson. And even though the PA man said somebody else, trust us, it was number 15 on the recovery, Anthony Johnson. So, Huskies going to set up shop with Jalen Clark. Wynn Davison will be lined up in your tight end on this side. They'll go back to a true wing now where Portillo, Zorazia Meadows, and Jeremiah Kelly. Man's going to go in motion, going to leave it with a pullback. Portillo, he's got room to run. He'll go inside that 16 and fall into the 15 from the 24-yard line. We'll give him, let's see, ball was on the 24, and they're going to mark it just short of the 15. We'll call it 8.5. He gets it across. He's going to be really close to a first down. Now they'll break that wing up a little bit, go with an offset in the backfield, go to Jeremiah Kelly. Steps in, got his first down and more. Got to the corner, 5, cuts in at the 3, cuts in at the 2. He'll get knocked down there. First and goal at the 2-yard line. One of the men in on the tackle was Jalen Parker, the outside linebacker, along with number 19, Jamie Cooper. So first and goal, Portillo will be in there. They'll go back to more of a true wing. They'll offset the pullback to that far side. They'll set Meadows in motion. He'll cut right back in. He'll have a 2-yard cut back in, make it a 1-yard run. And Javarzia Meadows will have his first touchdown on the night with the extra point coming. So the Huskies regain the lead at 3:53 to go in the first period of play on a 1-yard run by Javarzia Meadows. Extra point coming from Rodenroth. Kick is up and good, and she remains perfect on the season. Timeout on the field. Huskies lead it 14-7. We'll be back after this timeout. Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the dilemma of what to do with your current car. Well, that's where You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em at 3306 Vineville Avenue comes in. You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310. That's You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em, 3306 Vineville Avenue. Welcome back to Ed DePore. Russell Dees, glad to be with you. Back for the Seminoles to return this kick will be Keyshawn Rivers along with Van Sean Jackson. Up backs are going to be Kwame Atkins. And we have a new kicker. And it's going to be a line drive, and a man touched it for the Seminoles, and he's going to catch it, but he's going to be caught right there, hit about the 38-yard line. So a little pooch kick. I guess it works. It almost got a fumble out of it, but Sure gives the Seminoles awfully good starting position at the 38-yard line. But it could have gone the other way if they don't handle the hot hand, because it sure came off the Westside up back's hands, and somebody was there to garner it quickly. Jalen Barden will go to that far side. Victor Dixon will come in. Single setback will be Von Sean Jackson. Wideouts will be Kwame Atkins. They'll go trips to this near side. Going to throw it out here to number 9. And he's going to get some room to run before he's brought down, and that's Kwame Atkins. And he was brought down on the play by number 19, one of the two on the play, and that was DeMonte Trotman. And we still haven't figured out who number 16 is, because Westside does not have a 16 on their roster. Victor Dixon Jr. leaves it with Van Sean Johnson, and he's going to step in and get back to the line of scrimmage before he's knocked down by Jordan Gray on the tackle for the Huskies. Clock at 3:13, 14-7. We knew this was going to be a hard-hitting game here tonight. Marquise Thomas and Kwame Atkins to this near side along with number 16. Going to take and going to leave it with the big pullback, and he's going to get some room to run. He'll go from the 49 of the Seminoles, and he'll fall into the 45. And I believe number 16 is going to be Takendre Coates, who used to wear 17. We'll try to get that verified. Victor Dixon going to throw out in the flat, and he's got a man out there, and that's Marquis Thomas. And he's going to fall in for a first down and more, as he's going to pick up big yardage and go from the 45, and they're going to mark him down at the 36-yard line. So a 9-yard pickup on the pass in the quick flat out there. Coach will be to this side along with Atkins. Going to take and leave it with the fullback Johnson, and he's going to try to get in there, and he may get in for about 1. Number 42 in there on the tackle for the Huskies on that play that time, and that was Isaiah Barber. Dixon in a shotgun, going to leave it with his big tailback, and he's got a little room, and it collapsed on him in a hurry. And the first man to get there to him once again was number 42, Isaiah Barber. So Isaiah saved a little bit bigger gain. Looked like he was going to get some more. Went from the 36 down to about the 33-yard line. 3-yard pickup on the play. It's going to bring him a third down and about 7 with the ball resting on the 33. This time Coates will be the inside slot along with Atkins to this near side. Thomas and Barden to the far side. Victor Dixon, long time on the count. Going to look, throw out in the flat. No, and he's going to get sacked. He hit him behind the line all the way back at the 44. Justice White on a corner blitz, and he ate him up all the way back to the 43-yard line. That's going to bring up a fourth down, and he never saw it coming. Boy, somebody missed something on that near side, far side, and he lit him up. So now let's see. Ball all the way back to the 43-yard line. Going to have to get to the 25, so it's fourth down and 18. Diego Pedraza. Javarzier Meadows is going to stand and catch the line drive after a bounce along the 7. Cuts it back inside, and he got hit hard right along the 15-yard line. Number 14 in there on the tackle, and that was Brandon Pearson, the strong safety, a junior that made the tackle on the punt return. So 13 seconds left. A lot of times you want them not to field the ball, but who knows? I think he was scared of it taking a bounce, and you're going to see that in high school. Old adage is put your heels on the 10 and don't do nothing past that. But he did, and he gave him field position out to the 16. So in the backfield now will be Jalen Willis Jackson. Wideouts to that far side, tight end this side. Willis Jackson going to step in here. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. And we'll look on the sidelines and see Jeremiah Kelly's not in there. Neither is Meadows, and that's the end of the first period of play. 14-7 is your score. We'll be back to the Ed to start the second. After this, you're listening to high school football, the Marco's Pizza Game of the Week on ESPN. Welcome back as we get ready to start the second period of play. And it's going to be second down and about 8. Ball, let's see where they're going to rest that ball at along the 18. We're going to call it 9. Quarterback going to look out this way, going to fire over the middle, and he had a man wide open right along the 33-yard line. He couldn't hang on to it. And he was trying to go to number 14 on the play, and that was Randall Mason. Rushing in the first period, Howard 10 for 120, Westside 8 for 23. They were 1 of 2 of passing, and Westside was 4 of 4 of passing. Thank you to Mr. Goolsby with that update for us. So third down, once again, Meadows is out at the far side. Willis Jackson now is a setback. I do not see Jeremiah Kelly in the game. They go wides with splits to each side. Going to look, throw out in the flat, and he's going to skip it out there on a third down, trying to go to Javarzier Meadows, and it just fell incomplete. And that's going to bring up a fourth down, and we're going to call it. They got it marked as 8 on the scoreboard. It's 9, folks. Trust me. So the Huskies are going to have to really get a good kick here to prevent the Seminoles from getting some awfully good field position out of this. Back deep will be Jalen Barden, number 10. He is a dangerous return man as much as he is a receiver. Juan Cardenas. High snap, but he pulled it down. Now he'll get a high spiral. Will it turn? It'll take a Howard bounce as it hit a Howard player, and that's going to move the ball inside the 40 to the 38. It did not touch a Westside player. So Cardenas got a very good kickoff that time, pinned deep in his own territory. And they're going to mark the ball dead on the 40-yard line, and that's where the Seminoles are going to take over on the fourth down play. So first down and 10, we start the first possession of the Noles in the second period. So big rushing stats already for the Huskies. Seminoles trying to get this passing game on track. To Kendra Coates will go to that far side, to this near side.
We had first touching by Howard. Hit him in the chest. First touching is going to be on the 45.
So that's right. It's going to be a dead ball foul. A dead ball back where the Howard player first touched it. And that's going to move the ball from the 40 of Westside to the 45 of the Huskies. So they're going to be in good position. They'll go trips to that far side. Johnson will be your lone setback. Victor Dixon going to look. Down below here, Marquise Thomas. Lone split to our near side. 11:39 in a shotgun. Going to look, throw it in the flat. Got Thomas. One man's going to wrap him up, and he's going to get about 2 yards out of the play. And in on the tackle was number 4, and that was Jaquan Jackson for the Howard Huskies. So Jackson in on the tackle. Coach to that far side. Now they'll flip Jalen Barton over to this side, down along with Thomas. Atkins will be the slot to the far side. Victor Dixon asked for it, got it. Got Thomas out there in the flat. Breaks one tackle, and he'll move forward up to the 39-yard line and make it to 38. Is where they're going to mark him down. And one of them in on the tackle that time for the Howard Huskies was number 16, Andrew Garnett. Barden will be the wideout to this side. That is who Victor Dixon obviously wants to get the ball to. Going to throw it in the flat. Got a man out here, and that's Atkins. Make that Thomas. And he's going to have a first down and more as they'll finally run him out of bounds. Ran out by number 4, Jackson, that time. And they're going to put him along the 28-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. Thomas will go to that far side along with Atkins and Barden. No, Barden will come split to this near side. That'll be Coach. Victor Dixon's going to get hit, and he's got Jalen Barton for a touchdown. 28-yard. So a 28-yard touchdown pass with 10:02 to go in the second. And Diego Pedraza will come on for the extra point. Here's the snap, the touch, the kick is up, and he got it over. Timeout on the field. We're all knotted up at the end. 14 all, 10:02 to go in the second. It's the Marco's Pizza Game of the Week on DSPN. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back to the Ed. A 28-yard touchdown pass from Victor Dixon to Jalen Barton. And we're all tied up again at Ed DePore. Jeremiah Kelly reappears in the game. He'll be back to return this kick. Tavarzy Meadows will be one of the upbacks along with number 18, and that's Javion Clark. Pedraza will do the honors for the Seminoles. 10:02 to go in the second, and this is going to be a good football game here tonight from West Bibb County in Macon, Georgia. Pedraza moves on it, and he's going to kick a little pooch kick, and the upbacks is going to have to get it, and he's going to fall down on the 31-yard line, and that was Jaquan Jackson that fell on it and covered it up nicely for the Huskies, and they'll set up shop along the 31. Let's see if they'll give him the 31. Yeah, I think so. And it's going to be first down and 10 right there. Nose into the ball will touch the 31. First down and 10. 9:54 to go here in the second period of play. Glad to have you with us on a great football Friday night. Early in the season, Both of these teams came in 2-1. Hard to believe they're already playing the fourth. A lot of people are only playing their third game here tonight. There's some big games around. We'll take a look at them later on. Westside going to hop and skip it out there in the flat. And Jalen's going to have to get that ball up and get it out of his hands a little quicker if he's going to have some success throwing the football here tonight. That's about the third pass he's thrown into the dirt. And I'm not for sure if he's just hesitating on it or he's just stepping late with the ball. 9:44 incomplete, second down. Petrillo, Meadows, and Kelly in the backfield. Going to go this time to Jeremiah Kelly. And no, sir, number 52 in there for the Seminoles. And that was Jadarius Mann, the senior defensive lineman. Mann came in from his defensive tackle, fought the block off, and got there. Portillo will stay in at full.
Keep going, make some noise for
9:08 under center this time. Going to drop straight back. Going to look. Going to skip another pass out there, and he was trying to get to Duran Wilder that time. And his delivery is just off for some reason here tonight. I don't know. So it's going to bring up a fourth down. And that's going to put the dangerous Jalen Barton standing along his own 37-yard line to receive this punt. Back to punt, it'll be Juan Cardenas. Barton will stand along around his 36. Snap. Going to be a short kick. He's going to come up and fair catch it on the 44-yard line. He signaled for a fair catch and then took off running, and you can't do that. 8:57 here, and the Noles will take over after a fourth down stand. Glad to have you with us. Wait, we got a penalty flag on the far side. So let's see what this is about. And I don't know what it was. A legal substitution, maybe?
I got roughing the snapper. Roughing the snapper.
Wow, roughing the snapper.
Automatic first down, 15-yard penalty. The first down for Howard.
Wow, Howard gets a big break. Roughing the snapper. 15 yards on the play. So they're going to have to get the mark right here. Let's see where they were at. Howard's going to get the ball out. They're going to put this ball, let's see, all the way up to the 47-yard line. So from the 28 on a roughing the snapper penalty on the punt. So this time under center goes the quarterback, and Jeremiah Kelly steps in, stepped outside, 50, 45, cuts back in on the 40. They'll run him out of bounds over there, number 13 for the Westside Seminoles, and that was Justin Barton. They ran him out. But it's enough for a first down at the 39-yard line of the Seminoles. Jalen Clark's gone under center now. Now they'll go and flip Wynn Davison from left to right. Go back to a clean wing. They'll offset the fullback take, and they'll go to Meadows. Meadows will cut in, get to the 35. Going to stiff arm one man. He's going to fall forward to about the 34-yard line and going to keep digging and digging. And number 19 was in there along with number 36 for the Seminoles, and that was Jamie Cooper along with, we don't have a 36. So once again, Come on, coaches. You got to give us up-to-date rosters. Help us out. Third down and make it 4. Going to take and give it to Portillo, the fullback, and he's going to have more room to run inside the 25. And let's see, under the stop that time was number 7, and that was Jalen Parker, the outside linebacker. First down and 10, and the Huskies all of a sudden getting the running game going as they move back more to a traditional wing. Now they'll split it up a little bit, and they'll offside Jeremiah Kelly. They may take and run him on a little sweep, and they do. But he is going to have a great tackle made on the ground by number 21, Jalen Burnett, the outside linebacker, and he reached up and grabbed him around the ankle and knocked him down. And that's a 1-yard loss, maybe. Second down and 11. That'll move him back from the 25 to the 26. Randall Mason will come split to this near side. In the backfield, they'll go Meadows, Kelly, Portillo, Clark, who was working some out of the shotgun. Now he'll go back under center. Now they'll have a single wing with Jeremiah Kelly Meadows, and we'll get a timeout. Timeout, Howard. We'll take it with him. 30 seconds, 6:42 to go in the second. Huskies moving 14-all. We'll be back after this timeout.
Macon Boots is the newest addition to Midtown Macon. With brands like Rocky, Ariete, Georgia Boots, and more, Macon Boots can help you find the boots you're looking for with unbeatable prices. Whether it's boots for work, everyday wear, or maybe boots are just your thing, we have a whole selection from America, Canada, and Australia. While you're here, make sure to check out our authentic belt buckles, handmade knives, genuine leather wallets, and much more that you can only find at Macon Boots. We fit Macon.
Welcome back to Ed DePore. Second down and 11 on a good drive here by the Huskies that was kept alive by a penalty by the Seminoles on a roughing the center on a fourth down punt. And it gave them a first down on the 28th instead of them having the ball themselves on the Huskies 45. The Huskies got the ball. Going to take and second man through Jeremiah Kelly. Not going to get very far before they wrap him up. He'll pick up about 3, maybe 4 on the play. Give him the 23-yard line. Going to bring up a third down and 8. Number 24 in on the tackle that time, and that was Keon Hodges, the defensive end. Meadows is going to be to this far side, near side rather. Scott Campbell will be over here as well, along with Javion Clark. They'll go trips to this near side. Randall Mason will be the single to the far side. Jeremiah Kelly, the lone setback. Jalen Clark looks. Pressure came. Run away from 1. Run away from 2. No, he will. He'll flip it forward to number 22, Scott Campbell, but he won't get very far. And they'll sling him down for a 3-yard loss back to the 27-yard line. Make it the 26. And that's going to bring up a fourth down now. And will they try to reach for a long field goal from here? This would be a long one. This one would be about 42 yards out. And they will not. They will go for it on fourth down at 5:26 to go in the half. Pretty fast-moving half here so far. Scott Campbell will be the slot to that side, inside man. And Howard's going to take a timeout. We'll take it with him. Timeout on the field, 5:11 to go. Big fourth down when we come back. It's the Marco's Pizza Game of the Week on DSPN. We'll be back.
There is a legend among fishermen in Central Georgia about Kudzu Seafood Company and the most interesting man in seafood, Captain Lee. To create his infamous jam pups, Captain Lee has a school of docile barracuda trained to grate the cheese and panko breadcrumbs with their razor-sharp teeth as he, Captain Lee, gently tucks individual grains of rice into his shrimp and sausage jambalaya. Rice, Captain Lee handpicked while blindfolded, a skill acquired from years of silent training in a Tibetan island monastery. Stop in at Kudzu Seafood Company, 473rd Street, downtown Midtown Macon and see the legend for yourself. Stay coastal, my friends.
Welcome back to Ed DePore. Big fourth down coming, 5 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Howard at the 26, facing a 4th and 11. Quarterback Jalen Clark, who has struggled throwing the football. Jeremiah Kelly will be his long setback. Meadows will be this near side. On the other side, they'll go Scott Campbell and Randall Mason. Take. Clark's going to roll to his right. Going to throw a screen to Win Davidson. Got it at the 20. Going to fall into the 16, 11, 16-yard line. Maybe he's going to be really, really close to the first down. And I believe he's got a first down play here. Ran a little bootleg out to the right and threw it back to Win Davidson, and they never saw it coming. And the big man powered his way down. Let's see where they're going to mark it. Had to get just to about that 10 to get a new set of downs, and he did. First down and 10 to Win Davidson. Now they'll go back to the traditional wing. Clark will go under center with Kelly and Meadows. Send Kelly in motion, go to the fullback. Big man steps in there, but not before Westside reads it very good. And number 52 in there on the tackle, Jadarius Mann. Jadarius has had a really good night on the defensive side of the ball for the Seminoles. 4:23. Huskies knocking on the door. Ball on the 14-yard line. Pick up a one on the play. Clark will go under center. They'll split the wing up now. Let's see what they do with Kelly. They'll flip the tight end from left to right. Win Davidson. Take and going to give it to Jeremiah Kelly. He's going to get outside. 10, 5, cut into the 4. New set of downs, 1st and goal for the Huskies. Really nice little counter tray play that time, but they sent him to the outside. Fullback got a big block to spring him, and he used his speed just to get outside from there. 1st and goal, ball's going to be on the 3. 3:53 to go. 14-14 ball game. Randall Mason split to this side. Send Meadows in motion. They'll give it to Meadows. He's going to step in. He's going to be in for a touchdown. He's in for a touchdown from 3 yards out. And Javarzier Meadows has his second touchdown of the night with 3:40 to go in the second. Elizabeth Rodenroth to come in to see if she can take on the extra point. Snap is good, touch is good, kick is up. Perfect on the year once again, 21-14 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Timeout on the field. We'll be back.
I am Lester Miller, and if you've been in an accident or hurt on the job, I want to work for you. My office is right across the street from the Bibb County Courthouse, and it doesn't end there. Middle Georgia is my home. I graduated from high school here, college, and Mercer Law School. My family goes to church here. My kids go to school here. I work hard for my community, and when you need an attorney, I will personally take your call.
Thanks, Lester.
And I will work hard for you, too.
Contact Lester Miller today for your free consultation.
Welcome back to Ed DePore. Javarzier Meadows gets his second touchdown of the night on a 3-yard run after a big run by Jeremiah Kelly put him in position. So, with 3:40 to go, let's see if the Noles can answer. They'll squib it on the ground. They'll get a big bounce. Ball is going to go out of bounds on the 28-yard line, and that'll be a flag. And obviously, these squib kicks are hoping to bounce off one of these up men maybe and get a fumble. They've almost had that happen twice here tonight early on. So from the 25 to the 35 is where the Noles will take over with 3:40 to go in the second. First down and 10 along the 35-yard line. And that's where Westside will set up shop. Canada now will be to that far split. They'll go trips to this side in the empty backfield. Victor Dixon going to look out in the flat, and he's got a man out here, and that was Thomas. And he's going to be brought down from the 35. He'll get out to about the 39, maybe the 38. We'll check the mark. But they're going to mark him just a little short of that 39. Let's see how it goes. And it'll nose into the football. Will be the 39. So we'll give him 4 and make up a 2nd and 7. They'll go trips to this near side this time. Dixon will take it and look, and he's going to run the draw, and a man's going to reach in there and pull him down. Is he going to be short of the first down? There we have a first down. And number 42 got his hands in there that time, and that was Isaiah Barba, and Isaiah has had a good night for the Howard Huskies on the offensive side of the ball. Kendrick Coates go out far to one side along with Canada. They'll go trips to this near side with Barden, Atkins, and quarterback Victor Dixon's got room to run up the middle. They've seen something out of this formation now with 239, and he's going to go from the 45 of the Seminoles, and he's going to get all the way to the 43-yard line. So 13 big yards. They'll go trips again. Canada and Coates to the far side. Jalen Barden will be the wide to this side as they'll go trips in the formation. Going to take, going to throw, and he's going way out there to number 2, Canada. And it was well covered that time by number 4, and that was Jaquan Jackson, along with 2 over the top, and that was Jason Parham. Second down and 10, stops the clock with 2:22 in a 21-14 ball game here at Ed DeForest Stadium in Macon, Georgia. Going to take and go. Dixon's going to keep it himself, and he's going to pick up about 6 on the play. So he's going to fall in from the 43 to the 38. So it's going to bring up a big third down. Van Sean Jackson now will check in. Kwame Atkins will come out. Have a single setback for protection now on a big 3rd down and 5 play. We'll call it, 3rd and 5. Take and going to give it to the tailback, and he's going to step in, and he's going to get brought down immediately by number 42 for the Howard Huskies, and that's Isaiah Barber again. And Isaiah is having himself one good night on the defensive side of the ball for the Huskies. 129, 4th down coming. Ball sits on the 38-yard line. Got to get to the 33 to get a new set of downs. Going to take and look. Dixon. And we're going to see. We got a timeout here. What's the call? And I believe it was a timeout. Howard on the timeout. We'll take it with him. 76 seconds to go in the half. We'll come back right after this.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from the original Gianmarco recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy Old World pepperoni. That's Italian quality pizza. And it makes the moment primo. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, Primo.
Welcome back to Ed DeForest. Glad to have you with us. 1:16 to go. Howard uses her final timeout on a key 4th down play. The ball rests on the 38-yard line. They've got to get it inside that 34, almost dead on the 33. So what do? Kennedy will go far to that side along with Coates in the slot. Jalen Barden, single setback will be Johnson. Barden will be to this near side along with Thomas. And now Westside's going to take a timeout. So they have one timeout remaining with 1:16 and the clock did not move. Well, let's take one more. We'll take a 30-second one and come right back.
How do you say, my attorney met with me personally?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I got the compensation I deserve?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I won my court case?
Thanks, Lester.
谢谢 Lester.
Thanks, Lester. You're a good man.
I am Lester Miller, and I will get you the compensation you deserve.
Thanks, Lester.
He ain't afraid of no one.
I'm ready. Welcome back to Ed DePore. Russell Deese with you on a football Friday night. We'll try to catch up some scores with you. Just simply have not had time to do it during this first half because I'm in the booth by myself tonight. So here we go. Takondre Coates out to the far side along with Thomas in a slot. Barden will come to this near side. Kennedy will be the inside receiver on a fourth down play. Victor Dixon going to throw it out in the flat, and he's going to throw it incomplete, try to go to Jalen Barden, and the Huskies are going to take over on downs with a 21-14 lead and 72 seconds to go in the half. So a big, big play by the Huskies defense to stop the Noles there, to keep them from keeping a drive alive that may have ended, and that's going into half tied up. Very good ball game so far. Too many penalties for the coaches. I'm sure Coach Risper and Coach Carroll will discuss that in depth with their troops at halftime. In fact, knowing these two gentlemen, I'm sure that's going to happen. Enjoy them having them on our show. Gridiron Gab, don't forget, every Thursday night, Marco's Pizza, 2910 Riverside Drive here in Macon. Out front on the big deck, Gridiron Gab, every Thursday night from 6:30 to 8:30. And we talk a lot of college football. We're going to toss it to Jeremiah Kelly. He's going to get outside, 40, 45, broke a seam, 40, 35, 30. Going to get hauled down along the 23-yard line, and he's going to go from the 33. So 17, and let's see where they mark him at. Where are they going to mark him down? At the 22. Oh, spot of the foul, 10-yard holding against Howard. So I didn't see the flag, and I'm still looking for the flag on the ground. Yeah, all the way back into 40. So that's going to, obviously that's what spot of the foul from the 40. That's going to move it all the way down back to the 30. So we'll play first down over again, or second down over again. The ball was originally marked on the 38. So it's going to be first down and 18 to go now for the Huskies. 62 seconds to go in the half. So Jeremiah Kelly has a big run of 45 yards negated. All right, let's see what the chain crew's doing. Oh, wait a minute now. That ball should have been originally on the 30. Now they got it. Ball was originally on the 38, so it's going to be, flag was thrown on the 40. That'll move them back to the 30, so it'll bring up a first down and 18 with 47 seconds to go, and the clock rolls. So under center, going to toss sweep to Meadows. Meadows is going to cut it in, and he's going to get hit right along the line of scrimmage. And he was originally hit up front, I believe that time, by number 50 was the first man, and that was Jaquavius Collier, was one of them on the tackle. And Javante Fox may have been in on the tackle as well, too. But he had a good group of Seminoles that stood him up right past the line of scrimmage, give him 2 yards on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 16 with 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds. We'll go to the half. Timeout on the field. We go to halftime. The Huskies lead it 21-14. Hold on, second half's going to be great. We'll be back to bring it to you shortly. You're listening to Marco's Pizza Gridiron Game of the Week on DSBN. We'll be back after these timeouts.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from the original Gianmarco recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy Old World pepperoni. That's Italian quality pizza. And it makes the moment primo. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, primo.
I am Lester Miller, and if you've been in an accident or hurt on the job, I want to work for you. My office is right across the street from the Bibb County Courthouse, and it doesn't end there. Middle Georgia is my home. I graduated from high school here, college, and Mercer Law School. My family goes to church here. My kids go to school here. I work hard for my community, and when you need an attorney, I will personally take your call.
Thanks, Lester.
And I will work hard for you, too.
Contact Lester Miller today for your free consultation.
Johnson at the Cottages on Westside.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Homecoming Westside High School 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, again, good evening and welcome to Westside High School's Homecoming 2019 celebration. I ask that you please join me now in welcoming our proud principal, Mr. Michael Chip Horton, along with our assistant principal, Mrs. Lisa Thompson, and our school administrative manager, Mrs. Shine.
How do you say, my attorney met with me personally?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I got the compensation I deserve?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I won my court case?
Thanks, Lester.
Lester.
Thanks, Lester. You're a good man.
I am Lester Miller, and I will get you the compensation you deserve.
Macon Boots is the newest addition to Midtown Macon. With brands like Rocky, Ariat, Georgia Boots, and more, Macon Boots can help you find the boots you're looking for with unbeatable prices. Whether it's boots for wet, everyday wear, or maybe boots are just your thing, we have a full selection from America, Canada, and Australia. While you're here, make sure to check out our authentic belt buckles, handmade knives, genuine leather wallets, and much more that you can only find at Macon Boots. We fit Macon.
There is a legend among fishermen in central Georgia about Kudzu Seafood Company and the most interesting man in seafood, Captain Lee. To create his infamous jam pups, Captain Lee has a school of docile barracuda trained to grate the cheese and panko breadcrumbs with a razor-sharp tweak as he, Captain Lee, gently tucks individual grains of rice into the shrimp and salsa like jambalaya. Rice, Captain Lee handpicked while blindfolded, a skill acquired from years of silent training in the Tibetan Island Monastery. Stop in at Kudzu Seafood Company, 473rd Street, downtown Macon, to see the legend for yourself. Stay coastal, my friends.
And now, for the presentation of our 2019-2020 Homecoming Royal Court, beginning with Miss Freshman, Miss Stormy Pravac. Miss Freshman is escorted this evening by Mr. Anthony Tompkins. She is the daughter of Stacy Edwards and Anthony Tompkins. After graduation, Miss Freshman plans to attend Mercer for her undergrad and Emory for medical school to become a proposal surgeon and possibly enter the Air Force to service her country in more ways than one. She has run for Miss Freshman to lead, inspire, and make the class of 2023 excel in not only high school, but life by giving them lifelong fuel to help better themselves and their future decisions.
I'm King Kemper, and on behalf of the Macon Touchdown Club, we want to take a moment to thank the many individual, corporate, and community supporters in the Middle Georgia area that continue to support the Macon Touchdown Club and its educational foundation. Macon Touchdown Club was founded in 1946, making it one of the oldest touchdown clubs in the South, honoring student athletes. As we enter our 74th year, the Macon Touchdown Club Educational Foundation has awarded over $350,000 in college scholarships to local high school scholar athletes. All of this is made possible by the generous support of our members, corporate sponsors, and the Middle Georgia community. On behalf of the Macon Touchdown Club, we would like to thank you for your tremendous support. To find out more about becoming a member of the Macon Touchdown Club, our educational foundation, and this year's schedule, please visit MaconTouchdownClub.com.
And start his own business. He decided to run for Mr. Freshman to lead,
Anyone can deliver
to
pizza.
help the
Only
community,
Marco's can
and
deliver
help
America's
the
most
class
loved
of
pizza. Hot and fresh and
2023
right to your door.
excel.
Dough made
Ladies
from
and
scratch
gentlemen,
every
show
day.
some love
Sauce from the
for
original
Mr.
G. Marco
Freshman,
recipe.
Jalen
And authentic
Huskies.
toppings like crispy old world pepperoni. That's Italian quality pizza. And it makes the moment creamy. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1 topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, creamy.
I am Lester Miller, and if you've been in an accident or hurt on the job, I want to work for you. My office is right across the street from the Bibb County Courthouse. And it doesn't end there. Middle Georgia is my home. I graduated from high school here, college, and Mercer Law School. My family goes to church here. My kids go to school here. I work hard for my community, and when you need an attorney, I will personally take your call.
Thanks, Lester.
And I will work hard for you too.
Contact Lester Miller today for your free
Now
consultation.
presenting Miss Sophomore Jasmine Alexandria. She is escorted this evening by Tatiana Johnson and her mother, Jamaica Bryant. After graduation, Miss Sophomore plans on attending Tuskegee University to study nursing. She says that she ran for Miss Sophomore because she knows that
Anyone
she
can deliver
be a
pizza.
leader.
Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved
all
pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1 topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, creamy.
Planning on a holiday party with friends, family, or coworkers? Texas Border Grill's private banquet room offers seating from 5 to 55. Lunch to dinner 7 days a week, featuring an amazing menu with aged beef, seafood, and so many other signature dishes. Texas Border Grill.
Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Gaming. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the dilemma of what to do with your current car. Well, that's where You Park and Resell at 3306 Vinyl Avenue comes in. You Park and Resell is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, You Park and Resell has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in and trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310.
Ladies
You
and
Park
gentlemen,
and
Miss
Resell
Sophomore
3306
Jasmine
Vinyl Avenue.
Alexandria. And now presenting Mr. Sophomore, Kentavious Watkins. He is the son of Miss LaToya Watkins and is escorted this evening by Miss Felicia Parker. After graduation, Mr. Sophomore plans to attend to college and provide a better life for his family.
How do you say, my attorney met with me personally?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I got the compensation I deserve?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I won my court case?
Thanks, Lester.
Lester.
Thanks, Lester. You're a good man.
I am Lester Miller, and I will get you the compensation you deserve.
Thanks, Lester. He ain't afraid of the world.
Macon Boots is the newest addition to Midtown Macon. With brands like Rocky, Ariat, Georgia Boots, and more, Macon Boots can help you find the boots you're looking for with unbeatable prices. Whether it's boots for work, everyday wear, or maybe
Once
boots
more
just
for
to fit,
Mr.
we have a full
Sophomore.
selection from America, Canada, and Australia. While you're here, make sure to check out our authentic belt buckles,
Presenting
handmade knives,
Miss
genuine leather
Junior
wallets, and much more that you can only find at Macon Boots. We fit Macon.
There is a legend among fishermen in Central Georgia about Kudzu Seafood Company and the most interesting man in seafood, Captain Lee. To create his infamous jam pups, Captain Lee has a school of docile barracuda trained to grate the cheese and panko breadcrumbs with the razor-sharp teeth. He, Captain Lee, gently tucks individual grains of rice into shrimp and sausage. Jambalaya rice, Captain Lee handpicked while blindfolded, a skill acquired from years of silent training at the Tibetan Island Monastery. Stop in at Kudzu Seafood Company, 473rd Street, downtown Macon, to see the legend for yourself. Stay coastal, my friends.
corporate, and community supporters in the Middle Georgia area that continue to support the Macon Touchdown Club and its educational foundation. The Macon Touchdown Club was founded in 1946, making it one of the oldest touchdown clubs in the South, honoring student athletes. As we enter our 74th year, the Macon Touchdown Club Educational Foundation has awarded over $350,000 in college scholarships to local high school scholar athletes. All of this has been made possible by the generous support of our members, corporate sponsors, and the Middle Georgia community. On behalf of the Macon Touchdown Club, we would like to thank you for your tremendous support. To find out more about becoming a member of the Macon Touchdown Club, our educational foundation, and this year's schedule, please visit MaconTouchdownClub.com.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from the original G Marco recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy old road pepperoni. That's Italian quality pizza. And it makes the moment creamy. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, creamy.
In honor of none other.
I am Lester Miller, and if you've been in an accident or hurt on the job, I want to work for you. My office is right across the street from the Bibb County Courthouse. It doesn't end there. Middle Georgia is my home. I graduated from high school here, college, and Mercer Law School. My family goes to church here. My kids go to school here. I work hard for my community, and when you need an attorney, I will personally take your call.
Thanks, Lester.
And I will work hard for you too.
Contact Lester Miller today for your free consultation.
Hello,
After graduation, he plans to attend college to play football. His reason for running is to be a positive influence for students at Westside High School. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Mr. Jalen Parker.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, creamy.
Planning on a holiday party with friends, family, or coworkers? Texas Border Grill's private banquet room offers seating from 5 to 55. Lunch to dinner 7 days a week. Featuring an amazing menu with aged beef, seafood, and so many other signature dishes. Texas Border Grill.
Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Gaming. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the limit of what you do with your current car. That's where you Parker Muse Sellum at 3306 Brownville Avenue. You Parker Muse Sellum is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, you Parker Muse Sellum has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310. That's you Parker Muse Sellum 3306 Brownville Avenue.
He is the son of Ricardo Kennedy and Kelly Bill, and he is escorted this evening by his mother, Miss Kelly Bill. After graduation, he plans to play college and professional football and become a psychiatrist and motivational speaker. His reason for running is to best represent the school on and off campus, to lead by example, and to inspire.
How do you say, my attorney met with me personally?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I got the compensation I deserve?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I won my court case?
Thanks, Lester.
Lester.
Thanks, Lester. You're a good man.
I am Lester Miller, and I will get you the compensation you deserve.
Thanks, Lester.
Our runners-up.
Macon Boots is
And
the
our
newest addition to
runners-up
Midtown
will
Macon.
take the title
With brands like Rocky,
of
Ariat, Georgia
and
Boots, and more.
Miss
Macon Boots can help
Senior.
you find the boots you're
So
looking
at this
for with
time,
unbeatable
the
prices.
presentation
Whether it's boots for
of
work,
our
everyday
runners-up
wear, or maybe boots are just your thing.
and the
We
holders
have a
of the
whole
title
selection from America,
of
Canada,
Mr.
and Australia.
and Miss
While
Senior.
you're here, make sure to check out our authentic
Mr.
belt buckles,
Senior.
handmade knives, genuine leather wallets, and much more that you
2019.
can only find at Macon Boots.
2020.
We fit Macon.
There's a legend among fishermen in Central Georgia about Kudzu Seafood Company and the most interesting man in seafood, Captain Lee. To create his infamous jam pups, Captain Lee has a school of docile barracuda trained to grate the cheese and panko breadcrumbs with their razor-sharp teeth as he, Captain Lee, gently tucks individual grains of rice into the shrimp and sausage jambalaya. Rice, Captain Lee handpicked while blindfolded, a skill acquired from years of silent training at the Tibetan Island monastery. Stop in at Kudzu Seafood Company, 473rd Street, downtown Macon, and see the legend for yourself. Stay coastal, my friends.
Miss Senior is Miss Pernasia Hudson. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us show some love to Mr. and Miss Senior Jalen Parker and Elijah Hester. And our homecoming king for 2019 is Mr. Jalen Westside.
I'm King Kemper, and on behalf of the Macon Touchdown Club, we want to take a moment to thank the many individual, corporate, and community supporters in the Middle Georgia area that continue to support the Macon Touchdown Club and its educational foundation. The Macon Touchdown Club was founded in 1946, making it one of the oldest touchdown clubs in the South, honoring student athletes. As we enter our 74th year, the Macon Touchdown Club Educational Foundation has awarded over $350,000 in college scholarships for local high school scholar athletes. All of this has been made possible by the generous support of our members, corporate sponsors, and the Middle Georgia community. On behalf of the Macon Touchdown Club, we would like to thank you for your tremendous support. To find out more about becoming a member of the Macon Touchdown Club, our educational foundation, and this year's schedule, please visit MaconTouchdownClub.com.
And welcome back to Ed DePore Stadium as we've got halftime festivities going on here tonight. And the band's just leaving the field. Let's run down and give you a scoring summary for the first half. We're back. We're about a minute away from second half kickoff. We'll get you some quick scores, too. The Huskies got on the board first. It was at the 8:08 mark of the first period. It was a 75-yard run by Jeremiah Kelly. Elizabeth Roth was the extra point was good, and it was 7-0. Then immediately on the kickoff, 76 yards, Marquise Thomas for the Seminoles took it back on the ensuing kickoff. 76-yard extra point was good. We were knotted at 7 apiece. It stayed that way until we got to the 3:53 mark of the first period, and then it was Javarzier Meadows on a 1-yard run, his first score of the night. Extra point was good. Howard led it 14-7. Then the Seminoles answered right back at the 10:02 mark of the second period. It was a 28-yard touchdown pass from Victor Dixon Jr. to Jalen Barton, and the extra point knotted it up at 14 apiece. And then Howard answered back with 3:40 to go on a 3-yard run after they got the ball back on an unusual penalty on a fourth down play from their own 35-yard line, 33 rather. It was roughing the center during the punt, kept the drive alive. Then Jeremiah Kelly had a big run. Javarzier Meadows capped it off with a 3-yard run. and the Huskies led it 21-14 after a fourth down stop late in the period. Your first half stats, Howard, 21 rushes for 188 yards. Westside rushed it 12 times for 48. And passing for the Seminoles, Victor Dixon Jr., he was 9 of 11 for 90 yards. This is key because Howard's been able to shut down that potent passing game. Howard was 3 for 8 out of their quarterback, Jalen Clark, but he got a big pass on a screen pass to the tight end that kept the drive alive. Penalties, Howard was 1 for 10. Westside was 5 for 40. Quickly, some scores for you. Perry led Monroe 17-12 at the half. This is kind of exciting here. Peach up 10-7 over Hoco. Jones County and Union Grove are tied at 7 apiece. That is the half. Northside is up over Whitewater 14-0. And Mary Persons and Lovett are tied 0-0. So, back deep for the Huskies will be Javion Clark on one side, Jeremiah Kelly on the other. Javarzier Meadows, no, take that. That'll be Randall Mason to this near side. So, Diego Pedraza will do the honors as we get ready for the second half of play in a 21-14 ball game. Short kick to the up back, and he'll catch it. And that's Parham. And he's going to hold on to it, and he's going to get up to about the 38-yard line, and that's where the Huskies will start this third period of play. Want to thank our sponsors, Pond Max of Macon, Kudzu Seafood Grill, Texas Border Grill, Marco's Pizza, Kudu Grills, of course. You park them, you sell them, BT Media Pros, btmediapro.com. Don't forget to join us on Thursday nights live from Marco's Pizza on the Deck on Riverside Drive, 2910 Riverside Drive in Macon for Gridiron Gab. Each and every Thursday, a little high school football and a lot of college football talk, 6:30 to 8:30. Going to leave it with Perdillo as he's going to get inside, and he's going to go from the 38-yard line. He'll cross the 40 up to about the 42-yard line. So Perdillo brings him about 5 yards. They'll go from the 42. Give me 4 yards on it. We'll call it 2nd and 6. Got to get to the 47-yard line to pick up a new set of downs. Take and going to give to Meadows. Meadows is going to step in. He's going to be close to a first down, but the Huskies will turn him back as he'll get just short of the first down by about a yard. Let's see what kind of forward progress they give him on the play. One of them in there for the Seminoles was number 24, Keon Hodges. So it is enough for a first down as they move it up to the 48-yard line. First down and 10, 10:54. Huskies have a 1-point lead. Clark going to look in. Portillo will be the lone setback, and they'll have Meadows and Jeremiah Kelly now in a true conservative wing. Go to Meadows as they'll pull Portillo out there. He's got room to run. He's going to step out. Let's see where they mark him out. He may be enough for a first down, and it looks like it will be as he'll roll into the 42. And that will be first down and 10. Ball will rest on the 42. First and 10 of the Seminoles. 10-21. Tay going to give it to Jeremiah Kelly. Got around one man now. He's got pursuit, and we're going to get a hold, and they're going to bring that one back, and I believe that's going to be on number 57 on the play, and that's Auden Murray.
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
10 yards spot of the foul, and let's see where they're going to mark that foul. It looks like at about the 45. Ball is on the 42, so it's going to bring up a second down and 13. Move the ball all the way back to the 45. Got to get to Howard's 32 to pick up a new set of downs. Clock runs at 10-11. That Jones County Union Grove score shocked me. Peach County and Houston County, that's a war down there tonight. Meadows on a little crossbuck action. Looked like the Washington Redskins on that play, and he's going to drag 4 or 5 men. He's going to pick back up his 13 yards he lost on the penalty and maybe a yard plus. Number 50 in on the tackle that time was one of them, Jaquavius Collier for the Seminoles. Second down and 10. Jalen Willis Jackson checks in. Let's see who'll check out. Randall Mason will go to that far side. So Willis Jackson will be in the backfield with Portillo. Randall Mason will go to the far side, as we said. Wynn Davis, the tight end of this strong side. Pitch to Willis Jackson. Going to try to go outside. He moved too soon, and somebody made him up over there. And that was number 21 on the tackle, and that was Jalen Burnett, the outside linebacker for the Westside Seminoles. Third down, and it's going to be lose about 1, 2, 3, 4 on that one. So it's going to bring up third down and 14. Got to get to the 32. Ball rests along the 46. Scott Campbell will go to that far side. To this near side will come Duran Wilder. Along with in the slot on this side, Randall Mason. Jeremiah Kelly, the lone setback. Kelly going to pick up a block, and they were trying to throw the out deep over there that time to Scott Campbell, and it falls incomplete, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. Ball rest on the west side 46-yard line. And so the Huskies look like they're going to go for it now. Now they're going to kick it away. Juan Cardenas will come in to kick the ball away. And Westside will have Jalen Barton back deep as the lone setback. So the Huskies will spread them out and go into front protection here. Good snap, a little high. Going to get his foot into it. He's going to get a good spiral, and it's going to hit on the 16, and it's going to take a Westside bounce up to the 25. I think it's where they're going to mark this one, and that's exactly where the Seminoles are going to get their first shot of this second half with the ball with 8:21. So the Huskies held it for 4 minutes, and now Victor Dixon Jr. is going to try to get this passing attack off and running. Only 90 yards passing in that first half, 48 yards rushing, 138 total yards to 197 for the Huskies. Huskies did most of that on the ground, only 9 yards passing. They were 3 for 8 in the first half. So let's see what Victor Dixon can do now. Barton will go to that far side. To this near side will come to Kendra Coates. Send a man in motion, going to take and going to leave it with the tailback Johnson. Van Sean Johnson is going to step in from the 25 and going to get about a yard to the 26 where he is brought down. And at the bottom of the pile is a man's name we've called many times here tonight, and that was Isaiah Barber. And Barber's had a really good night. Atkins on the slot to this side. Coates will be wide. Thomas and Barton to the far side.
Sideline warning against Howard. That's their first.
So both teams have had a sideline warning in this game. Westside got it in the first half, and now early in this third period of play, the White Hat turns to Paul Carroll and his staff and says, simmer down, boys. Victor Dixon Jr. going to look, going to throw out in the flats, and he was going to Kendra Coates out here. He's going to fall incomplete along the 30-yard line, and that's going to bring up a third down and 8 for the Seminoles. So they'll go Atkins, Thomas, and Coates to this side. Barton to the far side. Going to look. Dixon in trouble. Going to have to fire it away. And it's going to be picked up by Parham. He's going to get it at the 20, falling to the 17-yard line. Interception by Parham. Jason Parham on it. Dixon had some pressure. Tried to go back inside to a man, and they picked it off. We'll look at the replay quickly. He was trying to catch a drag route coming across the middle by Jalen Barton on the replay. and just threw it behind him. He got tipped, and Parham was there to catch it. So the Huskies are in business along the 17-yard line, 1st and 10 with a 7-point lead and knocking on the door after a big turnover to start the second half. Clock sits at 7:56. Jeremiah Kelly will be in the single setback formation. Wynn Davison now back off it as an H-back. Quarterback Jalen Clark's going to keep it himself. Get inside the 17. He's going to roll inside to about the 11. We're going to give him a 6-yard pickup, 1st down and 10. Well, 2nd down, maybe about 5. Let's see where they mark it. He's going to go from the 12. They're going to give him the 7, so it is 5. 2nd and 5. So Jalen Clark will take his time and look to Paul Carroll on the sideline. Meadows will be the slot to this side. Scott Campbell will come wide. Javarzier Meadows, Jeremiah Kelly, they'll cut back to Javarzier Meadows. And Javarzier Meadows is going to have a touchdown on a key block by number 57. That time, Auden Murphy, his right guard, sprung him, and Meadows is going to go in from the 12-yard line, and that's his 3rd touchdown of the night. So at the 7:08 mark, Elizabeth Rodenroth will come in for the PAT. Extra point is up and good. Timeout on the field. Huskies open it up to a 28-14 lead. We'll be back on the Marco's Pizza Game of the Week on DSPN.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from the original Gianmarco recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy Old World pepperoni. That's Italian quality pizza. And it makes the moment primo. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, primo.
Welcome back to Ed DePore Sports Complex. 7:08 to go in this 3rd period after the interception by Jason Parham. The Huskies put it in 3 plays on a 12-yard run by Javarzier Meadows. So back deep for the Seminoles will be number 4, Vanchon Jackson. And we'll see who the other deep man is going to be back there. Cardenas is going to squib it on the ground, and a man's going to pick it up, and they're going to hit him immediately on the 39-yard line. So the short kickoffs have not hurt the Huskies so far in this game. So the ball is going to be marked on the 38. Nose into the ball. And that is where the Noles will go to work. Atkins, Thomas, Barden to that far side, Coach to this near side. Take and throw it over the middle, and he tried to go to Atkins, and he got hammered by number 2, and that was Jason Parham. And Parham's playing a good job on defense. Westside has not gotten this potent passing attack together. Take and go to Johnson. Johnson tries to run outside and cuts it back in. He's brought down by number 15 on the play after a 2.5-yard game, Anthony Johnson. 3rd down and 7. Coach the lone setback to this side. Victor Dixon in a shotgun. Look, going to throw out in the flat, and he's got a wide open Jalen Barton, and he's got plenty of room for a first down and more. He'll go from the 41. He'll pick up a 9, make it 14 yards to the Howard 45, and that'll be a new set of downs for the Huskies, rather for the Seminoles, with 6:11 to go here in the third period. Victor Dixon up to the line quick. Go to Johnson. Big Johnson steps in there. He goes from the 45. He'll lean in almost to the 40. They'll give him to the 40 and a half. Almost 5-yard pickup on the play. Now let's see if Westside can pick the tempo up here a little bit. Canoe Blash was in on the tackle. Short hop the pass of the snap back to Victor Dixon, but he uses his legs. He's going to go from the 41 on a busted play, but good play by the quarterback, and he's going to slide into the 37-yard line. Got to get to that 35 to pick up a new set of downs. Dixon gets his play in. Coach will be the lone wide out to this near side. Trips to the right. Long count. Going to take, give it to Johnson, the big tailback. He's got room to run. He's got his first down and more as he'll cross the 37 to the 35 into the 33-yard line. That's a 4-yard pickup. Needed 2. First down, Westside. Clock runs at 4:46 in the third period of play. Trips to the right. Clark to this near side, Coach to this near side. Now they'll swap Johnson over into protection. Victor Dixon Jr. tag. He's going to give it to the big man again. He's going to say run it till they stop it. He'll pick up about 1 that time on the play. Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 9. Going to take, and Victor Dixon's going to look. They'll bring a blitz. 1 man will miss him. The second man won't, and they'll smack him down right along the line of scrimmage. Tackle on the play, that time by number 15, and that's Anthony Johnson. He's the will linebacker. Kind of unusual to say. They run a 3-5-3 on this defense, but they'll sneak them up in there. Almost a 6-man front now. Victor Dixon. They'll drop out in coverage, throw it out in the flat, and he's got a man out there, and that's completed, and he went up and climbed the rope, and that was Kennedy, and he went up and got it, and he'll go from the 33 to the 27, pick up a 6. 3rd down. Got to get, let's see where they mark it now. They're going to mark him on the, see where they mark. They marked it on the 27. Got to get to the 23. In a shotgun Dixon on a 4th down play. Long count. Finally got it. Gonna look, throw out in the flat. And it's intercepted by Palm. He's going the other way. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. He is gone. He is gone. He is gone. Jason. No, it was not Parham on the play. That was Jalen Willis Jackson on the corner on that side. From the 27, that's 73 yards. He read it perfectly. On a 4th down pass, they tried to throw it out in the flat, and he read it. 247. Jason Willis Jackson took it 73 yards. Rodenroth with the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. Timeout on the field. Howard 35. Westside 14. We'll be back on the Marco's Pizza Game of the Week on DSPN.
Hello, I'm Joy Johnson at the Cottages on Wesleyan, inviting you to come see our spacious assisted living suites. Each suite has its own kitchenette, private bathroom, separate bedroom, and living space. We provide meals, housekeeping and laundry services, personal care assistance, and a variety of daily activities. Come by and visit us soon. You'll see why our residents feel at home and why families trust their loved ones to us at the Cottages on Wesleyan.
Welcome back on a Football Friday night. It's the DSBN presentation of Georgia High School Association football. In a game that Howard won this last year for the first time, beating Westside in their school's history. And they have opened it up in the third quarter, and they've done it on 3 touchdowns from Javarzier Meadows, a 75-yard run by Jeremiah Kelly, and now a 73-yard interception return by Jason Willis Jackson. They'll kick it short again. It'll skip through 2 men, and the Huskies will try to cover him up, and they're going to eat him up along the 30, and that's about as far as he'll go. They'll give him to the 31 maybe. And now with their backs to the wall, the Seminoles have got themselves in a 21-point hole. 2:40 to go. So, Coach Risford keeps his team huddled up for a long time, and finally they'll break it out. Jalen Barton. They'll go to that far side along with Thomas. They'll go Atkins and Coates to this near side. Make that Kennedy. Gonna look. Gonna throw it long, going to Kennedy, and he's gonna overthrow him down here along the Howard 30-yard line. Can almost see a little frustration now starting to creep in on Victor Dixon Jr. Kennedy will come out. Kendrick Coates will come in. They'll go trips to that far side with Atkins, Thomas, and Barton. 2:35, a little bit of a shocker at the end going on right now. Going to take, and Victor Dixon Jr. is going to keep it himself, and he's got room to run, and he broke outside. 45, they'll run him out of bounds on the 50-yard line. He'll pick up 27 big yards, and it'll be first down. We'll give him 28 on the play. 2:25, Victor Dixon on a quarterback keeper. Going to give to Johnson. He's got room outside now. 45, 40, cuts it back in. 37, on into the 35-yard line. See where they mark him out. They're going to mark him on the 33. That's a 17-yard pickup. So 2 big pickups back-to-back. Now if Westside can score here as we head to 1:59 in the third, it'll bring new life to this game. It'll be a 2-possession game at 35-21 if they can convert here. Ball rests on the 33. Clock ticks at 1:47. Coach to this near side. Atkins will be in the slot. Barton to the far side. Thomas in the slot. Take and look. Going to Barton. He's got a man step for step with him. He's going to catch it, but he's going to be out of bounds. So he caught it, and he had great man coverage down there, but he just ran out of real estate, and that's a good job by the defensive back, realizing that the sideline on that fly route is your friend if you can make him move. Dixon threw a perfect pass, and Barton made a great catch, but good job by the defensive back to narrow the lane to give the man the room to run in. So Dixon in a shotgun, stops the clock with 1:40. 35-21 in the third. Huskies have answered the bell here in the second half. Dixon going to pitch it late to a man out there in the flat, and he went out there to Thomas, And it was a kind of an ill-timed play, just not really a good design play that time. He was late getting the pitch out there to him. Huskies brought the pressure, which caused a little bit of disruption in the play as they got some men upfield on the blocks. Ball along the 33-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. So Kennedy will be split parted this side, Barton to the other. Going to look. Quarterback's under pressure. They're going to get him. He's going to put the ball on the ground. Huskies got it. Huskies got it. Huskies got it. 1:13, and Westside has turned the ball over, and the Huskies have stopped the drive. Pressure came from the backside on Victor Dixon Jr. They've got to him several times tonight on that backside pressure, and he turned the ball over, and the Huskies are going to have it. Ball along the 35. Clock stops at 1:13 to go in the 3rd. Howard with a 35-14 lead in the game. So the Huskies trying to shock the Seminoles for 2 years in a row. Last year was the first time in the school's history they'd ever beaten the Seminoles. Now they knocked down 35 points with 1:13 in the 13. Going to take and toss it to Jeremiah Kelly. Going to try to bottle him up in the corner. And number 24 for the Seminoles is going to do a good job. And that's Keon Hodges, the junior defensive end. And they're not going to let him get outside. And they may give him a gracious mark back to the line of scrimmage. Kind of a naked pitch out there. Didn't really have any lead blocking. They were just looking for Jeremiah to use that speed to get on the corner. The Westside said, no thing, we got a little speed on the defensive side of the ball as well, too. Duran Wilder will go to the far side. Meadows and Kelly in a wing. Portillo at full. Take and going to give it to Portillo, the fullback. He's going to step in, and he's not going to get very far as the Seminoles defense read that one pretty well. And number 24 in on the tackle, and that was Keon Hodges again. So Keon on back-to-back really good defensive plays after this turnover. They're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage at the 35. 3rd down and 10 with 8:7:6. We're not going to get anything in. We're going to go to the 4th period of play. Timeout on the field. Husky leads at 35-14 on the Marco's Pizza Game of the Week on DSPN. We'll go to the 4th when we come back. And welcome back to the Ed DePore Sports Complex. We go to the 4th. Howard, 35. Westside, 14. Don't forget, we'll name our Pawn Max Player of the Game, and then we'll have our post-game wrap-up show. We call it the Final Verdict, presented by Lester Miller. And Howard's going to put it on the ball. Jeremiah Kelly. Let's see, did he fumble it on the play or was he down? And they're going to say he was down on the play. Loss of 2, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 12. So now they'll have to kick it from the 33. I believe we got a 4th down. We do. And Jalen Barton, man with plenty of speed and a dangerous return man, will stand on the 31. How big was that fumble by Westside? which they turned it over, and now Howard tried to give it right back deep in their own territory, but the player was down before the fumble. So snap, and let's see what we got. And we're going to have delay a game, false start. What is it?
Dead ball, delay a game.
Delay a game it is, so it's going to back them up 5 more yards. So this is going to afford Westside possibly some really good field position. But they will look back on that fumble at the end of the third when they were driving on a 4th down play. So Barton, that'll back him up inside the 30, and it's a high snap, but he went up and got it. And a nice kick, maybe his best kick of the night, and it's going to take a Huskies roll inside the 30, and it's going to go out maybe along the 30-yard line. And that's exactly where they'll mark it, and that's exactly where the Seminoles will take over in their first possession of the 4th, but down by 21 points. Got to get something going now. They had a drive going at the last possession of that third period of play, but they put it on the ground after big pressure and a sack on Victor Dixon Jr. came from the backside. Huskies recovered it, were unable to drive it. Now they're kicking it back, and let's see what the Seminoles can do with it. 10:45 to go in the 4th period of play. We don't have any updates. The last we had was Perry was up 17-12. Their game against Monroe, Mary Persons, and Leavitt were 0-0. Northside was ahead 14-0. Jones and Union Grove were tied at 7 apiece. Peach and Hoko are in a war. Got it outside, and Jalen Barton's off to the races. One man to beat, and he's going to drag him down, do it in the flat. He's going to go from the 30 all the way to the Seminole, the Huskies. Where are they going to mark him out? 35. 35-yard completion. He went from the 35 to the 35. 30 yards on the play, rather. Victor Dixon in a shotgun. Going to give it to Johnson, the tailback. He's got room. Second level. 25, 20. They'll spin him down along the 20-yard line. Parham was up Parham again on the tackle. So just like that in 2 plays, they gone from the 35 to the 20. Give it inside to the tailback again, and not this time. He's going to be brought down by number 42, that man that we brought up a lot here tonight. He's had a good night, and that's Isaiah Barber. Good defensive plays by him. 10:02, second down and 2nd and 10. They're going to give him no gain on the play. Take. Victor Dixon looks, stepped outside, and he broke a tackle from a man, and he got inside the 20, and he'll fall into the 15. Ball was on the 19. So pick up a 4, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6. Got to get to the 9 to pick up a new set of downs. 9:30, and they stop the clock. Why, I don't know. 9:26 now, it rolls. Single setback this time in there with him is Thomas. No, that's not Thomas. And Victor Dixon Jr. going to take it, and he's going to rush inside to the 15. He's going to get to the 14, and it's going to bring up a 4th down play. So what will the Seminoles do here now? 4th down and 3. Make it 3rd down and 3. Dixon going to look, going to throw out the Barton in the flat, caught it on the 11. They're going to roll him out along the 9, and that's going to be just enough for a 1st down, I believe, right at the yard marker. And I believe that's going to be enough for 1st and goal.
Ref is signaling 1st down for Westside.
1st down. We'll get you some 3rd quarter statistics right after this play. 1st down and goal for the Seminoles. Down by 21. Give to Johnson. He's going to step in from the 9 and get to the 8. At the end of 3, Howard rushed 30 times for 261 yards, or 224 yards. Westside has rushed it 22 times for 107. Passing, 3 for 9 for Howard, 8 yards, 11 for 19, 100 yards with 2 interceptions. Victor Dixon now going to roll out, got space, throws it in the middle of the field, incomplete. He did not see somebody underneath that coverage. Penalties, 3 for 20 for Howard, 5 for 40 for Westside. So 207 in total yards and 232 yards so far for Howard. 3rd down and goal. Ball rests along the 8-yard line. Victor Dixon in the shotgun. Take and going to give it to Johnson, and Johnson got to the 4 before he got pushed out. And he's going to get maybe the 3-yard line, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Let's see where they mark him. Ball is going to be on the 3-yard line. 35 to 14. And Howard will call a timeout. We'll take one with him. 7:49 to go. Timeout on the field. Westside knocking on the door.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, Primo.
Planning on a holiday party with friends, family, or coworkers? Texas Border Grill's private banquet room offers seating from 5 to 55. Lunch to dinner 7 days a week. Featuring an amazing menu with aged beef, seafood, and so many other signature dishes. Texas Border Grill.
Welcome back to Ed DePore Stadium. Russell Leach, glad to have you with us on another football Friday night. I want to thank everybody that's tuning in on Facebook Live, our network page live, and our YouTube Live channel. Don't forget, as soon as it's over with, as soon as this one's over with, we'll archive it up. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube channel. And don't also remember, if you can't make it to the game and you've got a smart TV or a Roku or a Chromecast or an Apple TV or Apple Fire Stick, whatever, you can watch it right there on your big screen at the house. We want to thank Marco's, Texas Border Grill, Kudzu Seafood. Marco's at 5 different locations around Middle Georgia showing all our games. Texas Border Grill, of course, our great partner, Mark Coley. Lee Clack down at Kudzu Seafood. Never forget to go support these folks that support what we're doing. My 22nd year of broadcasting high school football in Macon, Georgia, and I'm very proud to do it, and I can't do it without the support of our sponsors and the people that support high school athletics. 4th down, ball at the 1. Big play for Westside. And we got a timeout. Let's see. Who called this one? Timeout Westside. Well, we'll take it with them. 7:49 to go in the 4th. We'll be back. Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the dilemma of what to do with your current car. Well, that's where You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em at 3306 Vineville Avenue comes in. You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310. That's You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em, 3306 Vineville Avenue. Welcome back. 4th down after the penalty play moved to the half the distance. Here it is, 7:49, down by 21. Knowles knock on the door trying to make it close. Victor Dixon Jr. going to step in there, and is he going to get in? I don't know if he's going to get in or not. And yes, they finally will give it to him. Got stood up long time. Didn't blow the whistle, and they got the push. So Victor Dixon Jr. from 1.5 yards. At 7:43 to go in the fourth, and now we got a 15-point ball game at 35-20 with the extra point coming. Extra point is coming, kick is up, and kick is good by Pedraza. Timeout on the field, Westside 21, Howard 35 as they close within 14. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Ed DePore Sports Complex. Well, the Seminoles have now closed it to a 2-score game with 7:43 after the 1-yard plunge by Victor Dixon Jr. Extra point is good by Pedraza. And now 7:43. That's a lot of time left in this game with a 2-possession game ahead of you. And it's an onside kick, and the Huskies are going to get it. Great play on the onside kick, and number 80 got it for the Huskies with a hands play, and that was Keelan Dawson, who one of your captains here tonight. Keelan Dawson covered it, and the Huskies have got excellent field position on the 49. So it didn't really take a bounce for Westside as Pedraza got into it. So now Jeremiah Kelly will come in. Duran Wilder will come to this near side. Win take and go to Jeremiah Kelly. Step in from the 49. He'll cross the midfield stripe and get into the Seminoles 47. They'll mark it at the 48-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, bring up 2nd down and 7. But more importantly, they keep the clock rolling at 7:22. 35-21. Meadows will go to that far side. Scott Campbell will be in the slot. When Davidson, the tight end, will line up to start this on the strong side, the right side. Jalen Clark. Jeremiah Kelly, they're going to get it out. Jalen Clark bootlegs it. He's got room 40. He'll get all the way down to the 31-yard line before he's brought down. They'll give him the 30-yard line. So an 18-yard pickup and a first down and a big one for the Huskies right there. 6:55, 6:54 as they don't stop the clock. Let's see what they're doing here. They're going to put time back on the clock? I'm not for sure. .639 on the clock. Jeremiah Kelly, step in. Going to take, and the quarterback is going to keep it himself, and this time the Seminoles are going to snip it out, and that was number 21, and that was Jalen Burnett, who's had a good night here on the defensive side of the ball for the Seminoles. So we got a timeout charge to Westside. Take it with them. 6:17 when we come back. 2nd and 10 when we come back. You're listening to the Marco's Pizza Game of the Week on DSBN.
How do you say, My attorney met with me personally.
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I got the compensation I deserve?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I won my court case?
Thanks, Lester.
谢谢 Lester.
Thanks, Lester. You're a good man.
I am Lester Miller, and I will get you the compensation you deserve.
Thanks, Lester.
He ain't afraid of no one.
Welcome back to Ed DePore. Second down and 10. Clock will start at 6:17. Ball on the 30-yard line of the Westside Seminoles. Huskies trying to answer the score. Go to Meadows. Meadows 30, 25, 23, 22, 21. Let's see where they pull him out at. Did he get inside the 20? Maybe the 19-yard line. I don't know if he's going to have a first down. Yes, he will. Ball will go inside the 19-yard line. Stops the clock with 6:09 to go in the game. Howard trying to answer the score as Westside closed it to within 14. Now they'll line up first down and 10. They'll mark him dead on the 20, I believe, when we get the final spot. That's exactly what they do. Nose into the football, touches the 20. Jalen Clark, Jeremiah Kelly, the lone setback. And what do we got here? And they're going to get a false start and move them back 5. That's going to put it back on the 25. They called delay a game. So, wow, I thought they got it to the line pretty quick after the ball was marked. They even saw the play clocks here on both ends. Quarterback's going to take it on a straight draw, and he's going to get back to about the 23. So maybe the 22. Maybe he picks up 3 of that 5 back. Second down, we'll call it 12. They're going to have to get to the 10 to keep the drive alive. Howard would like to score again here. 4:51. Jalen Clark with Jeremiah Kelly out of a shotgun. Drop. Throws it over the middle. He's got a man wide open. That's Scott Campbell for a touchdown. 22-yard strike. And Jalen Clark throws his best pass of the night. So the Huskies answer right back with 4:37 to go in the fourth. And Elizabeth Rodenroth will run on. Extra point is up and good. Timeout on the field. Huskies stretch it back to 21. They lead it 42-21. We'll be back after this timeout.
Macon Boots is the newest addition to Midtown Macon. With brands like Rocky, Ariete, Georgia Boots, and more, Macon Boots can help you find the boots you're looking for with unbeatable prices. Whether it's boots for work, everyday wear, or maybe boots are just your thing, we have a whole selection from America, Canada, and Australia. While you're here, make sure to check out our authentic belt buckles, handmade knives, genuine leather wallets, and much more that you can only find at Macon Boots. We fit Macon.
Welcome back. Get my mic back up here. Welcome back to Ed DePore. The Huskies have answered right back on a 50-yard drive, and it's capped by a 22-yard bullet from Jalen Clark to Scott Campbell on a straight little seam route right down the middle. And just like that, the Huskies get back up on top by 21. Here's the squib kick, and it's going to hit a Westside player, and the Huskies are going to recover, and it hit a man right in the hands. Well, we'll watch the replay and see if we can catch the number on who it was. And I believe it was number 23. It bounced right off of him. And that was Keyshawn Rivers, the defensive back. So the Huskies now 1st and 10, and they can probably put this game away if they score here. 42-21 with 4:37. Duran Wilder will be to this near side. Jalen Clark going to throw it on a little fade route on the inside seam. He got bumped early on in the route, and that is caught by number 18, and that's Javion Clark. First down and goal at the 7. Gonna take and go to Jeremiah Kelly. He's in trouble, and he's gonna get back to the line of scrimmage, and maybe that's about it. So it's gonna bring up a 2nd down. So Jalen Clark with 2 big passes in a row, one in a touchdown and one on a big play after the turnover. Second down and goal. Clock rolls at 3:21. This time they'll have Portillo at fullback, Jeremiah Kelly and Meadows in the wing. Nope, they'll put Kelly back now with 4 seconds on the play clock. And let's see, we got a timeout. We do. Howard's got a timeout. We'll take it with him. Come back, second down and goal from the 7. We'll be back.
There is a legend among fishermen in Central Georgia about Kudzu Seafood Company and the most interesting man in seafood, Captain Lee. To create his infamous jam pups, Captain Lee has a school of docile barracuda trained to grate the cheese and panko breadcrumbs with their razor-sharp teeth as he, Captain Lee, gently tucks individual grains of rice into his shrimp and sausage jambalaya. Rice, Captain Lee handpicked while blindfolded, a skill acquired from years of silent training in a Tibetan island monastery. Stop in at Kudzu Seafood Company, 473rd Street, downtown Macon, and see the legend for yourself. Stay coastal, my friends.
Welcome back. So the play clock was running out, and they got the timeout just in time to avoid. They did not. Now they've moved it back to the 22. Second down, going to give it on Meadows on the inside. He's going to have down to the 15, get down to about the 13-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and goal, and the ball is going to be spotted on the 13-yard line. 3rd and goal. 2:49, the clock rolls. Huskies lead at 42-21. Take Clark, gonna look, got time, gonna throw it in the back of the end zone, and he got Meadows back there. Did he catch it? Yeah, he did. Meadows, we're gonna check it and see. And that was Meadows. We're gonna watch the replay on this one. That's a 13-yard touchdown if they did, and they have ruled it a touchdown. I can't wait to see this replay on this. Let's see. Yeah, back in the end zone. Looks like he got his feet down. Rodenruth will come in for the extra point. Snap is up. Touch kick is good. Timeout on the field. Huskies lead it 49-21. We'll be back.
anyone can deliver pizza, only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from the original Gianmarco recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy Old World pepperoni. That's Italian quality pizza. And it makes the moment primo. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, primo.
Welcome back to Ed DeFore. 2:27. 13-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Clark to Javarzier Meadows. Extra point is good, and the Huskies have come to Ed DeFore. They're going to waltz out of here right now with a 28-point lead if they can hold it. Another squib kick on the ground. It's going to get bobbled on the ground by Westside, and that was number 16, and we believe that was to Kendra Coates, who normally wears 17. So the ball's going to rest on the 26-yard line. And that's where it's going to be 1st and 10, and it's been a rather fast-moving evening as we're just hitting 10 p.m. So 2:25 to go, and the Noles are going to need a miracle now. So they'll split Thomas and Atkins to one side. Barton will be wide to this side. Coates will be in the slot. Victor Dixon Jr. is going to slip. Going to stand up and get out of it, and he's going to hit Jalen Barton on the 49-yard line of the Huskies, and he dropped it. Had a man back there on defense that leapt up, and it may have taken his eye off the ball, and that was Travius Cecil, but he couldn't hang on to it, hit him dead in the chest. Stops the clock with 2:19. In the fourth. 49-21. Don't forget, we'll name our Palm Max of Macon player of the game. Going to throw it up, and it's going to be knocked away. Going for Jalen Barton, and number 3 was back there, and that was Jaquan Jackson. Want to remind you once again, once this one is over with, we'll archive it up. Please go visit us on Facebook at DSBN Sports. Like us there. Go to our YouTube live channel, YouTube DSBN Sports, 2 words on YouTube, and subscribe for all our action. Don't forget, next Thursday night, live at Marco's Pizza, 2910 Riverside Drive in Macon. We'll name our Palm Max player of the game, and then our post-game report. We call it the final verdict, presented by Lester Miller, attorney at law. We'll come back and wrap this one up. Also, don't forget, as soon as it's over, within seconds, minutes really, we'll archive it up and you can watch it all again. And we want to thank the tremendous viewership that we've already had this year. We are rolling to a record-breaking year on DSBN Sports for viewership, and we certainly appreciate everybody that's watching tonight. So back it up 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 15. Ball rest on the 22. Got to get to the 37. 2:12 to go in this one. Vanchon Johnson, now they'll put him out in an H-back position. And let's see, they're going to have to call a timeout to get out of it, and they will. Delay a game, not enough time. So that'll bring them back 5 more and move the ball back to the 17. So they've got 3rd down and 20 now. Dixon with a snap. Going to throw it out in the flat to Johnson, and he's not going to go anywhere, and the Seminoles are going to be way short of the 1st down. It's going to bring up a 4th down as they knock him down. They'll give him the line of scrimmage back to the 17. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 20. with 1:55 to go in this one. And if they don't convert here, yeah, they're going to have to kick this one away because they do not want to see Howard put 56 on the board. Jason Parham will go back deep. Let's see what they'll bring Pedraza on to kick it away. Parham will be back deep. He'll stand along his own 49-yard line. Clock at 1:26. It's a high snap, and he's going to go off the side of his foot, but it's going to take a Seminoles bounce. And they're going to down it on the 38-yard line. So that's where they'll take over with 71 seconds to go in this one from Ed DeFore. So with 1:11 to go, the Huskies will line it up and the clock will run. As the snap is made, we'll go to 1 minute. He'll take a knee and we go to 60 seconds in this one. So it's time to name our Pond Max player of the game. And we've got a lot to choose from here as we go to 47, 46, 45. So our Pond Max player of the game, we're going to go Javarzier Meadows. Javarzier got his first touchdown at the 3:53 mark of the first, a 1-yard run. His second one was a 3-yard run with 3:40 in the second. His third one was a 12-yard run with 7:08 in the third. And he got his last one on a 13-yard touchdown pass with 2:27 to go in this one. When we go under 20 seconds, the clock will run. The Huskies will take a victory 2 years in a row over the crosstown rival from AAA side of things in the Westside Seminoles that have dominated this city for so long. And now the Huskies have beat them back-to-back. 2-1. This game is over. Huskies win it 49-21. We'll come back and wrap it up from Ed DeFore with our final verdict on this one.
I am Lester Miller, and if you've been in an accident or hurt on the job, I want to work for you. My office is right across the street from the Bibb County Courthouse, and it doesn't end there. Middle Georgia is my home. I graduated from high school here, college, and Mercer Law School. My family goes to church here. My kids go to school here. I work hard for my community, and when you need an attorney, I will personally take your call.
Thanks, Lester.
And I will work hard for you, too.
Contact Lester Miller today for your free consultation.
It's time for the post-game wrap-up. Let's head back to the stadium and get the final verdict on this one, presented by Lester Miller, attorney at law. And welcome back. It's time for the final verdict on this one, presented by Lester Miller, attorney at law. Well, the final verdict on this one from Ed DeFore, the Howard Huskies. They had come in last year for the first time ever in school history to beat the Westside Seminoles. And they've done it in back-to-back years, and they've done it in impressive fashion, and they did it mostly on the ground. They got things started with the 8:08 mark of the first quarter, a 75-yard touchdown run by Jeremiah Kelly. made it 7-0 over the Seminoles, but they kicked it off, and immediately Marquise Thomas ran it back 76 yards for the Seminoles and tied it up at 7-all. The Huskies answered back by Javarzier Meadows. He had a 1-yard touchdown run with 3:53 to go in the first, and Howard was up 14-7. Then in the second, Victor Dixon got the Seminoles back on the board on a 28-yard touchdown pass to one of his favorite targets this year, Jalen Barton, and we were all knotted up at 14 apiece. But the Huskies answered back in just 6 minutes at 3:40 to go. It was a 3-yard touchdown plunge by Javarzier Meadows, his second of the night, and made it 21-14, and that's where we were at the half. We came out in the third, and Javarzier Meadows got his third touchdown on the night, and it was a 12-yard run with a 7:08 mark, and the Huskies were on top and starting to stretch it out a little bit at 28-14. And then Jackson Willis Jackson got an interception with 2:47 to go in the third, returned it 73 yards for a touchdown, and the Huskies didn't look back as they led it 35-14. Victor Dixon finally got a touchdown run in the fourth from 1.5 yards out, and the extra point was good. That closed it back to 14 at 35-21. But then Clark hit Scott Campbell to answer back on a 21-yard touchdown pass with 4:37 to go in the fourth. Huskies led it 42-21, and then Javarzier Meadows closed it out with a 13-yard reception. Extra point was good. Elizabeth Rodenroth was good on the night. All her extra points. She's perfect on the year. The Huskies walk out ahead to 49-21. They moved to 3-1 on the season. Westside falls to 2-2. Don't forget, Monday night, Make a Touchdown Club. Assistant head coach of Georgia Tech will be there with us. 6:30 at the Methodist Children's Home. If you have an interest in joining us, go to makingtouchdownclub.com or come by as our guest on Monday night. Thursday night, we'll be live at Marco's Pizza on Riverside Drive for Gridiron Big Ab. We'll talk a little high school football, and then we'll all talk 2 hours of college football. And we'll let you know on Monday where we'll be next Friday night. That's going to do it from the Ed DePore. Final score, Howard 49, Westside 21. We'll see you Thursday night, everybody, at Marco's Pizza, and next Friday night at the stadium. Our time is up. We thank you for yours.